on 26 and 27 in Wayakaneko. By the time I left, we were number one. I won the Gate Prize for health. The day I left office, I was not owing any contractor who have executed his job. I'm not owing any supplier who has supplied anything. Out of which, the day I left office, we had in savings 75 billion naira.
Money, power, fame, patriotism, and mass support. The story of Peter Obi is one with a little twist. With the story of Nigerian political scene being a mess, one man seems to be a saint in the eyes of most Nigerians, especially the youth. But the big question is he really clean? Is he truly going to save Nigeria and transform this politically shattered economy from consumption to production, as he always say? Okay, let's have a flashback. The day was 19th of July in the year 1961. Young Peter Obi was born in Onitsha, in Anambra State, Nigeria. He hails from Amatoto village in Agulu community, an Ocha local government area, Anambra State, but grew up in Onitsha. Mr. Josephat and Mrs. Agnes Obi are his parents. They were good Catholics who resided in Onitsha early enough before the Civil War. The father, Josephat, made money early in life and owned a couple of businesses, and he had a Mercedes car then, which is the hallmark of luxury for the few rich Nigerians in the 50s and 60s, which can be compared to having a private jet in modern-day Nigeria. But then, in 1967, the unimaginable happened. The Civil War came. Yeah, your guess was right. Mr. Josephat did not survive the war, as he died in 1968 during the early stage of the war. But then, young Peter Obi was barely 7 years old, and the effects of the Civil War crashed the supermarket business, and the family of 11 started from ground zero after the war. His grandmother and mother suffered and literally passed through the fire after the war to raise the status of the family again when she lost her husband and all their fortunes after the Civil War. Fast forward to 1977, young Peter Obi graduated from the famous Christ the King College, Onitsha, CKC, and then moved to University of Nigeria, Nsukka, where he studied philosophy, graduating with honors in 1984. He then began his public career as a businessman. Fast forward again to 2003, Peter Obi contested in the Anambra State governorship election as a candidate for the All Progressive Grand Alliance (APGA) in 2003, but his opponent Chris Ngige of the People's Democratic Party was declared the winner by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) in that same year. After nearly 3 years of court battle, Ngige's victory was overturned by the Court of Appeal on 15th of March 2006. Obi took office for governorship on 17th of March 2006. On 2nd of November 2006, he was impeached by the State House of Assembly after 7 months in office. Peter Obi successfully challenged his impeachment and was reinstated as the governor on 9th of February 2007 by the Court of Appeal sitting in Enugu. Peter Obi once again left office on 29th of May 2007 following the general elections, in which Andy Uba was declared the winner. Obi returned to the courts once more, this time contending that the 4-year tenure he had won in 2003 elections only started to run when he took office on March 2006. On the 14th of June 2007, the Supreme Court of Nigeria upheld Obi's contention and returned Obi to office. On On 17th of February 2010, the Independent National Electoral Commission declared Peter Obi the winner of the 2010 Anambra State gubernatorial election. This election victory gave Peter Obi additional 4 years as the governor of Anambra State. On 17th of March 2014, Peter Obi served out his second term and handed over the governorship to Willie Obiano. After leaving the office in 2014, Obi gained new status as an advocate for good governance and national political figure after decamping to the People's Democratic Party in 2014. Peter Obi has always proudly identified himself as an Onitsha-based raider, but that's not really the truth, because he is way more than that. The truth of the matter is he is actually a savvy businessman in different sectors like banking, wholesale and retail. Imagine as the youngest chairman of a publicly quoted bank when he took charge of Fidelity Bank. Peter Obi's present surging popularity in Nigeria, particularly among the youth, who are a huge chunk of the voting public, is owed to the presidential candidate's sudden decision on May to leave the People's Democratic Party (PDP) a few days before its presidential primary, when it became obvious to him that consideration other than merit and competence were going to play a key role in determining who is going to emerge as the party's flag bearer. Insisting that he would not be part of a process where ill-gotten wealth was leveraged for votes from party delegates, Peter Obi turned his back and joined the lesser-known Labour Party, whose members promptly made him their presidential candidate. When the news of Obi's unusual action filtered out to the Nigerian public, youths began to rally round the Labour Party's presidential candidate. Instantly, the Nigerian youth saw Peter Obi as the embodiment of the kind politician they had been waiting for years, a credible, honest and hard-working public figure who was disgusted with the regime of corruption and cynicism that has become the hallmark of political life in the country since the return of democratic rule in May 1999. They took to social media to announce the advent of their new hero. They spread his name by word of mouth. They began to organize neighborhood by neighborhood, town by town. Soon, the Obi's fever took on a life of its own. The youths and their not-so-young compatriots began to call themselves Obedients, and a new term in Nigerian political lexicon was born. With his core message of prudence and accountability, Obi has managed to gain the backing of voters for his previously largely unknown Labour Party into a strong third force against the two political heavyweights in the country, the APC and PDP. Before campaignings were officially kicked off, Obi's supporters held a series of 1 million march in several Nigerian cities. Okay, now to the crazy part. According to Premium Times reports, which claim that Obi has broken several laws due to his business dealings, the reports claim that firstly, Obi remained as a director of Ness International UK Limited while serving as a governor of Anambra State, which is a direct violation of Code of Conduct, Bureau and Tribunal Act. However, Obi described the claim as misleading and wrong in an interview with Arise News, stating that he resigned from all companies before taking the office of the governor of Anambra State. Secondly, he claims that Obi's non-declaration of his offshore companies broke the Nigerian Constitution provision that requires public officers to declare all their property before taking office. A few days after the report, Obi responded by claiming that he did not break any laws and clarified that the account's money was accrued from his time as a businessman. The EFCC invited him for questioning later in October 2021 after Buhari directed all anti-corruption agencies to investigate those named in the leaks. However, no criminal case has ever been filed against Obi. Now to his personal life. Peter Obi married Margaret Brownson Obi. They too have 2 children together, a male and a female named Oseloka and Gabriela Obi, respectively. With all this, Obi is very clean, if not arguably the only Nigerian politician who served as a 2-time governor with the most clean record. Thanks for watching today's Africa. Please do make sure you subscribe and click the notification button so you don't miss any of our latest video. Who would you like us to create the next video on? Please leave your suggestion in the comment section below. Don't forget to share this video as well.